Bismillah. I'm Rehan, and here is how you can go about a 1 week liver detox. The liver is probably one of the most important organs to detox. You can do that once a year, and it wouldn't be too much. The reason being is we live in a society where things are always busy and we're always on the go. And in Eastern medicine and Chinese medicine, they say that the liver is the organ that houses all that stress. All that pent-up energy ends up stagnating the liver energy. When that stagnates, then all the toxins that float around the body from pesticides and pollutants and a lot of chemicals that we're exposed to end up being stored in the liver. What the liver is supposed to do is take those chemicals and put them into a substance called bile that the liver cells produce that move through the liver and the gallbladder and into the colon. From the colon, they're secreted if there's enough fiber in the diet, and we'll talk about that in the next video when we're talking about the colon cleanse. For now, if you have symptoms such as irritability or food sensitivities and chemical sensitivities, headaches, a dry, bitter taste in the mouth, these are all signs that you might benefit from a liver detox. Okay, for the steps. 1. Every morning, you're going to have a freshly squeezed lime or lemon in a small glass amount of water. Number 2, have lots of water this week. 2 liters is a good goal. The reason is, if you're detoxing and your liver is dumping stuff into the bile and into the colon, and then you're dehydrated, your body's going to say, hey colon, I want some of that water back. And it's going to basically reabsorb all that water that's sitting in the stool. And with all the toxins and stuff, you don't really want that back in the body. Number 3, decrease the amount of meat. High amounts of protein add a certain load to the liver as well as the kidneys, and we're trying to lighten things up this week. Which brings me to number 4. Have a high amount of vegetables this week. Number 1, in the form of fresh salad, and number 2, in the form of cooked vegetables. So as for the salad, we want you to have green leafies, such as spinach leaves and romaine lettuce, not the iceberg lettuce, which is a little bit more sweet. And all the other green leaves that you find in the supermarket. They're all going to be great for the liver as long as they have sour, bitter flavor. As for the cooked vegetables, we'll call that number 5. You want to have things like, things that you usually don't buy, probably bitter melon, asparagus, globe artichoke. These have a sour, bitter flavor, so a lot of people don't actively get them. But they're good for the liver detox, and with the full list that we'll include in some of the supplementary material, you can choose one from the list and go and get that every day of the week for the liver detox. 6. If you've been planning a trip, this would probably be the best time to actually do it, because the liver detox would benefit from a relaxed and green environment. Just like the liver benefits when it has a bitter and sour, exposed to a bitter sour taste, it also benefits from looking at greenery. So be outdoors and be relaxed, as well as do exercises such as stretching and walking. And this is as opposed to doing weightlifting or tension exercises, because the liver energy is relaxed with relaxation and stretching of the muscles. I said I was going to mention a few things about herbs. Firstly, herbs that you could use just from your backyard, they grow as weeds, are things like Taraxacum officinalis, which is dandelion root, or Artichoke lapa, burdock. And these are available. You can actually go back, dig them up, take their roots, and boil them for about 10 minutes. Having a cup a day would be sufficient to augment your detoxification. An alternative is also taking their leaves, cutting a bit of the jagged edged leaf of the dandelion and even the flower, and throwing into that salad that I had mentioned in point 4 daily. So those are 2 ways to use the herbs. Other herbs also include chalcedonium and Rumex crispus, yellow dock. And so if you don't feel comfortable getting them from your backyard, you can always go to the local herb market and get the roots and boil them up again for 10 minutes, and you're ready to go. Lastly, near the end of your detox, you can start including more soluble fibers, such as a bowl of oatmeal every day near day 6 and day 7. All of these points will be part of the supplementary material that you can download for free and post on top of your fridge. And by having that, your detox material that's come through the liver and into the colon will exit the body efficiently without being reabsorbed. And that'll prepare you well for the colon cleanse, which we'll talk about in the next video. Until then, you should be feeling fresher, healthier, cleaner, and definitely more relaxed.